You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, King Johnson.
The AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AfterBuzz TV's True Blood After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's True Blood After Show.
Hey everybody, Bing is for doing, and we are doing another episode of our True Blood wrap-up. So this is Authority Always Wins, which we've all been singing since the end of the episode. It is Season 5, Episode 2, and we have a very special guest with us, Tara Buck, who plays Ginger.
Round of applause.
Can I get a scream?
I don't think we should do the scream yet. I feel like that would be climaxing really early. In the show, don't you think?
All right, that only took you 10.2 seconds for inappropriate comments.
I know.
Excellent.
Guys, introduce yourselves.
Hi, everybody. I'm Yerman Gur, and to my left,
I am Roth Cornet of AMC Theaters, Screen Rant, and many other places, and queen of inappropriate remarks.
It's kind of true.
And I'm JC, Aries Gemini Rising, and I host 52 shows here at AfterBuzz TV, so I'm usually here all the time.
Gemini Rising? Me too.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Oh wow. This is why we're together. This is the first time we're out since the doctor separated us.
It's true.
Which,
I'm a Pisces.
you're a Pisces. What's
I
your
don't know
rising
what my rising
sign?
is. I don't know.
Oh, we have to look it up.
We'll find that out for you.
I would say a Pisces. Like I'm full on Pisces.
That's
Okay.
me, a Gemini. Gemini.
But
I'm-
soon, by the end of the show, you'll tell me what my rising
I
is.
will.
And I'll completely change.
I love the Pisces. I love the
You do?
Pisces. My brother,
Okay.
my mother, my two best friends growing up, all Pisces. Although I love the Jenna too, not a Pisces.
Oh, thank you. I'm sure it's in there somewhere.
wait, did I not get the memo? Are we doing the Jenna now?
Yes, apparently.
The Jenna.
Since,
Gotcha.
wait, since
The
we
Jenna.
know everyone's sign, what's your sign, Yerman?
I'm not allowed to say.
What?
Oh, okay.
No, I am allowed to say. I don't like people profiling according to sign. Then they put you in a mold, and you can't break out of this
Hey,
mold.
nobody's putting baby in a corner.
No, it's okay.
Why can't I
totally
just
fine.
be Yerman and
You know
not
what?
my sign?
It's just
know
to
what?
help us get to better know you.
Right.
I'm a Virgo.
Oh.
See, I told you.
I think we could have figured that out from the
That's
rants
wrong.
beforehand.
Wait.
Everyone put me in a
Wait.
box just then,
Wait.
including all of you. Way to go.
Virgo rising. Virgo
Vir-
rising. I have a Virgo rising.
Am I fine?
Is this True Blood, or are we doing
Yeah,
like
let's go
horoscopes?
to
It's True Blood.
All right.
Talk about the show.
All right, so I think we were going to start with a different topic, but I think because JC is going to lose his mind if we don't talk about the Vampire Authority right now, I think. Would you like to say something about the Vampire Authority?
I would say just initial thoughts. Honestly, I was blown away by Chris Maloney's performance. Honestly, it's his first day on set, and I read that he had 6 pages of dialogue, and 3 of it was in Aramaic. So yeah, welcome to True Blood. Is that true? You know, when he was on set, I don't know if you're familiar with that.
I have no idea. I did not hear that rumor.
Yeah.
I wasn't there. But you know what? I have a feeling they did it because Christopher Maloney can handle it.
Yeah.
He seems like a badass.
Oh, he's
Thank you.
so cool. Why is he not naked yet?
Really is. I don't even think that was acting tonight, by the way. I think that was just like he rolls out of bed like that. And he's like,
In a suit, ready
He
to
rolls
go.
out of bed in a suit speaking Aramaic.
Yeah.
That's
Red.
I
to
love him
go.
even more now.
The truth is, though, honestly, speaking of the Authority, is that I think for a lot of us, the vampire politics is have been one of the more favored aspects
Oh my
of
God,
the
so
show.
happy they're finally bringing it out.
And this got kind of, did you guys notice that it got kind of like, I'm not making comparisons, but Whedon-esque in a good way, in the sense that they introduced this really high-tech elements set against the flashbacks that are, you know, sort of retro Pam and Pam in the turn of the century. I loved the juxtaposition.
It's a nice
of those
SAT
two.
word.
Thank you.
Good word.
If you
I
can
liked
send
it
us a
too.
thesaurus, please, after this chat roll.
Are you able to, as somebody that's on the show, then watch it and sort of appreciate those elements coming to life?
Absolutely. I loved it tonight. I thought it was so visually exciting. Even reading the script, though, I felt like, oh, wow, this really moves. It gives it like a depth to the whole story. It's not just, one set of storylines right next to each other, all in the same timeline. It's so cool. You see people, you suddenly are getting their backstory and all this great stuff. Pam's backstory.
I know.
Did you guys like the fact that with Pam's backstory and the Vampire Authority, that there's the two layers where it's with the Vampire Authority, there's the Lilith, which is very cool because Lilith.
I can tell you about Lilith.
Yeah, Lilith, and she will. But Lilith has a huge sort of history in terms of Lilith fair and
sure.
mythologically. But I thought what was cool was that Pam had the push pull where she hated the vampires. I thought that was a cool element. She hated the vampires because they were killing her friends, and then she became one, and is now so loyal. And then these vampires have the push pull of they obviously are faithful to this true religion, but at the same time they understand the importance of mainstreaming in order to maintain it. Thoughts, everyone discuss.
Well, I definitely have to point out, first of all, that Alan Ball said today that Rick Santorum was his basis for this whole storyline and the idea of a theocracy in America and what it would be like. And so having this sort of theocracy, even though they're not the hardcore, like the fundamentalists are the ones they're going after, it's still really scary because they're saying you can't think this certain way and you can't act this certain way. And the Lilith thing was really cool for me because I'm a huge mythology buff. That was so cool because if you guys don't know who Lilith is, she in the Old Testament, she was supposed to be, or the earlier Hebrew versions of the Bible, she was Adam's first wife. So and she got kicked out for she was not made from a rib. She was made from the earth just like he was. So she was kicked out because she wanted equality with her husband.
Yeah.
Some people say it's because she wanted to be on top. I mean, I'm not kidding about that. That's actually,
that is.
But yeah, so she got kicked out, and then they thought of her as a demon, and they called her Lilitu and all that. So,
but that's where Lilith Fair comes from.
Yep.
The festival, the music festival.
So it's a demon fair? Is that,
No.
Strong women.
It's basically because Lilith, they re-co-opted the name and the meaning to mean, it's female empowerment versus they demonized her for wanting to go her own way. And then the Lilith Fair is like, no, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
You brought something up about Alan Ball talking about Rick Santorum.
Yeah.
Now, didn't he also do this with Michelle Bachman? Was it Steve Newlin's storyline as well in season 2?
Which is amazing.
That's what's so brilliant about Alan Ball, though, is he really is, this story's already written. There are all these books, right?
Right.
And then he's taking his life experience, what he's seeing right now, and what's interesting to politics and the world we live in, and then incorporating it all in. And it's so cool that all that stuff is laid then into the Southern vampire novels,
Southern Fried Vamp Camp.
Yeah.
It's amazing. What's really...
Some of my favorite, by the way, True Blood moments occurred in that camp.
What's neat, too, I think, is that, as you were saying, Jenna, that it's not that they're making them the fundamentalists or the bad guys. He illustrates that no matter which side you're on, it's your approach. It's how you're approaching things. Though I do think that it's pretty clear that these people are somewhat fundamentalist and that they're using the mainstream sort of as a cover. And the analogies are rather on the nose. I mean, I loved Steve Newlin, but the Steve Newlin coming out and being a vampire, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he's so funny. His little dance tonight was just.
That was my favorite part of the entire. Well,
I know.
Second favorite part of the entire show. Yours was the first part.
I love you.
I'm
Have
just
we
saying, Tara.
ever seen Steve Newlin without a sweater wrapped around his shoulder?
No.
Never.
I hope we never do. Because I will cry. I'll have a little tear fest.
Oh
if
man,
that
he's
sweater goes
like a
anywhere.
1980s wardrobe god. That's man. He's got the penny loafers, the fantastic sweaters. Oh,
The poofy
awesome.
hair.
The poofy hair, the smile, the Colgate smile, bing, dental floss. It's awesome.
Do you not want to see him with his new love? As JC has pointed out, he thinks it's going to be Russell Edgington. They're going to pair up.
That's what I thought too.
Do you not want to see them making love with the sweater vest?
Oh my God.
Oh, yes.
Yes, that has to
With
happen.
just the sweater wrapped over and nothing else?
Naked with a sweater.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, that has to happen. By the way, so I know I mentioned this last week, but when on the red carpet, when I was talking to Dennis O'Hare and Michael came over and he had said, "Oh, I'm going to have a new love interest this season," and they were hanging out and joking, and I was like, "Is this?" And he said, "No." But I don't believe him. I think he lied.
I mean,
think he
who else?
totally lied.
Who else could it possibly
I
be?
can't think of anyone else.
I think
Do you know?
Well played. Well played, young
Watching
lady. Well played, young
I
lady.
will. Yes, I will.
Yeah.
She will not buckle.
This was
No.
JC's prediction after like the first half hour of the first episode.
Yeah.
I love it. I think it's.
Which I was really impressed because I think it's going to be true.
It
Yeah,
could
I just-
be an
I think it's
I mean,
phenomenal.
what an incredible idea if it is true. I
Yeah.
mean, that's fantastic.
Ooh. He did say to
you're
me,
a
he's like, he's on the
genius.
carpet now. But I did
Did
like,
he?
well, who? And he's like,
There's, like,
I
everybody.
can't say. Like the entire cast is here. That is so
Just point your eyes in the direction of who that is. And Jesus,
I
this
know.
guy. Russell Edgington, you heard it here first.
Oh my god! All right. Well, we just have to mention how cool that last moment was.
Oh my
Tara, I know
god.
you squeaked. That was
I
awesome.
did, and I like had to give you the elbow. Like the little bloody tongue that pokes out the side.
He looked like a reptile.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
amazing.
His hands are like sitting there with like long nails barely
It's
hanging onto his arms.
alive.
So gross.
Okay,
And so
question.
fantastic.
Who's feeding him? Who's bringing him the bodies?
That's a really good
Yeah.
question. So basically, he's too weak. That's a great question
Right.
because the truth is he's too weak to have freed himself. So someone freed him and they have an agenda. Here is my guess.
Wait,
The sanguine movement.
Sanguinista.
Sanguinista?
Sanguinista movement. Are there, that, I think it has to
What
be.
is that?
Pardon me. It's the Sanguinista movement. It's the one that they were accusing Bill and Eric of being a part of.
Right.
So I think it
Yeah.
must be them,
Okay.
and they freed him in order to have them as their leader.
well, so the
Could have been Nora then.
Because
my interpretation is that the Sanguinista movement is the fundamental interpretation where
Yes.
people are
Yeah.
food.
Yes.
That's the group of people that want to pervade that.
Yes, because you hear him in all of the previews saying, "I just want to eat people because it's fun."
I don't want to get into predictions just yet, but I have one. I have one.
I have a. Well, you don't. It's not a spoiler, but I'm just saying you don't think ever there was a possibility maybe Ginger freed him.
Can we? Thank you. Oh, I was like, we need more of those sounds. Get those sounds out there.
AfterBuzz TV exclusive.
Oh my god, I just got shivers down my.
TV exclusive.
I think we would have heard Ginger a country mile away because she'd have been screaming along the way.
Well, for the record,
Exactly, the whole
Pam
state of
does notice.
Louisiana.
I mean, I don't. It's maybe in jest about the fact that like Ginger's like, "What's your excuse for looking dirty?" Was that really just a snide comment, or was it an observation?
Was she
I
dirty from digging up
wonder.
Russell Edgington's
I
food?
wonder.
Concrete needs to be jacked into, and that could maybe create some dirt component.
How good are you with a jackhammer there?
That's the scene. Ginger on the jackhammer. That's the next scene.
Purple bra showing, just jackhammer. Like this is. I don't get paid for this.
Screaming.
God.
That would be amazing. Oh my God. I hope that's it. If it's not that, they should go back and reshoot the whole season.
They really, really should.
That's awesome.
Oh my god.
You know, but you're a beloved character. Do you think we were wondering this? We think that Alan Ball and the writing team are listening to the fans, and so they bring back the people that we love. And so we love Ginger, we love Steve Newlin, we love Russell Edgington. Thoughts?
Oh, I
Inside
think they
information?
do. I think they have, their finger on the pulse of what's going on. Yeah.
And could that be also possibly what's going on with Tara becoming a vampire?
Ooh, that's
Because I know the
next
fans
topic.
they have this passion about Tara, where she was always the victim. She always had a gripe, but now she's a vampire. Now she's going to take it out on everybody.
How great was those scenes tonight?
She looked
So
you know what?
fantastic.
So fantastic.
She looked gorgeous.
She did. She is
And
gorgeous.
terrifying.
And
Like just
yeah.
the
Her
thing on the
perch.
sink.
Perch.
Yes.
That
Oh
was
my
kind
God.
of amazing.
Yeah. It was really
Visually,
interesting to
yeah.
see her do so much without saying anything, where her character in the past has been the one that's generally yelling and screaming and squealing and mad and angry. Now she didn't have to say anything, and she'd still had all these emotions come through. And it's like scary.
Wait until her mom finds out.
Oh my gosh, that is going to be awesome.
What was interesting, I was just going to say, the one thing I found really interesting about that is I thought they were going to drag out that silence a lot longer.
Yeah.
And I was really interestingly surprised to see her say something and then leave. I
Yeah.
didn't see that coming at all. I thought they were going to, because the way they made it sound like in upcoming episodes section, they were going to have a problem over the course of the season trying to find Tara, or seemingly not being able to bring her back to the point where she was cognizant or talking or anything like that.
There goes the Bubba theory.
Yeah, there goes the
Yeah,
Bubba
there goes the
theory.
Bubba theory.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's too bad too, because I actually kind of liked the idea in a way of her having to struggle back to life a little bit and sort of being.
Yeah.
It's like almost like a person who's had a stroke or something to that effect, where they have to sort of struggle back to themselves. I kind of liked that idea for Tara. I thought it would give her something new to do, but instead it's going to be her reconciling herself with being a vampire and deciding if she's going to forgive Sookie and Lafayette. By the way, smartest thing the show ever did, keeping Nelson Ellis alive.
Oh my god.
He's so incredible.
He's
Just even
so
the,
incredible.
His
Yeah.
neck, where he pulls up the sweater.
And even when he hands her the True Blood, his hand just shook this much, and then he steadied
Yeah.
it, which I thought that was such a nice, subtle addition to his performance.
That's what
Yeah.
makes him so brilliant, in my opinion. It's all the nuances, all the little things that he does make him brilliant to watch.
For me,
Brilliant.
it's his eyes. His eyes tell a story every single time the camera's on him. If you see him, every single, even when he was with Jesus,
Yeah.
and right when he stabbed Jesus at the end of season 4 in the finale, his eyes, you knew it wasn't. He was now Marnie.
Yeah.
You knew
Yeah.
just by a slight change in his eyes.
Totally.
And I was like, just the smallest things about. He is amazing. I'm so
Yeah.
glad he's still part of the
I
cast.
also believe he's just such a human. He's just such a person, a real person,
Yeah.
meaning not human vampire in that world, but like a person that you know and believe. So he doesn't really have to do anything, and you believe everything. And it grounds you in that fantasy world where you're like, these people are real. This is really happening. You know, you have these performances, and he's incredible.
He is, and he also. I read the first script for the pilot episode, and I remember reading Lafayette's line, and there really wasn't actually a ton there for him. A lot of what was brought to that character was brought by Nelson himself.
Oh, totally. Well, I have to break in for a minute because we got to talk about Amazon. Yeah. So, guys,
What's on the palette for this week? Jenna?
well, if you tend to drunk purchase on Amazon, as I do, or sober, it's fine. Instead of going straight to Amazon, here's what you do. Go to AFTERBUZZTV.com and click on the Amazon banner. It just takes like an extra second. And then you can purchase to your heart's content. We get goodies, so we can bring you more goodies. And anybody who has watched any of the stuff that I've done knows that I tend to tell you exactly what I drunk purchased this week.
What did you buy?
What'd you buy?
Well, I think I mentioned the giant spear that I bought.
You did happen to mention
I did
that.
mention the giant
Just briefly.
spear. Well, I got another sword.
Wait, I'm sorry. For the
Zelda
record,
sword?
ladies and gentlemen, for the record,
I wish.
did you say the words another sword?
I did.
As in previous to the other
As
swords I already have.
The two that I have one from Robin Hood that they sent me for an event, and then I have Arya's sword needle.
Amazing.
Yeah. So, Lord of the Rings sword. It's really.
I love that you
Prepared for the
say
zombie
your
apocalypse.
drunk purchase. I don't believe that. I believe that is a
Yeah.
By the
sober,
way-
thought out.
No.
You were like, I gotta have it.
Question.
I'm here to testify.
Yeah.
It's drunk.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
I have purchased things. I mean,
It's drunk.
No, it's drunk.
No,
it is.
hammered.
It is
Wasted.
absolutely shitty to the wind.
Yes,
Like,
there's nothing
drunk.
sensical.
There's
Yeah.
no sense. But what's amazing, to your point, still a wise purchase to some degree.
right. So when the zombie apocalypse happens,
Exactly.
or I get attacked by vampires, which is more appropriate for the show, I have weapons.
I'm
Yeah.
going to your house. Definitely.
So now,
Yeah.
wait, what was the sword you bought this time?
It was the Lord of the Rings sword.
Oh, that's the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But I may get more. You never know. I'm trying to find a roommate right now. So, like, at some point,
I don't know,
have
with
to,
swords, really?
Yeah.
That might be a little small red flag. I don't
I
know.
Google it on the sword
Yeah.
process
Probably.
until
Yeah.
you get the roommate
Maybe put
locked
those in the
into a
closet
lease.
for the
Right.
walkthroughs.
Right.
Yeah.
No, they're you know what? Honestly, I'll pitch you as a solid roommate. The swords are decoratively displayed. They
That's
are
true. She's seen
Decoratively.
They are both decorative and functional. You do not have to worry about a robbery in this
Anti-theft.
house.
I was gonna say anti-robbery, anti-theft, home security
Exactly.
system. Sure.
Built-in home security.
I can also chop wood.
Roth,
I was
were you
gonna
ever
say, when
like
you
in-
say functional, she busts them out to cook. I mean,
You know what?
It's like,
Nice
all
little pizza
the
in the air.
all the knives are dirty. Bust me the
Exactly.
sword real quick.
Yes.
Give me the sword.
Actually,
Chop it.
I have used the sword to open a package before. Just saying.
it's a good party trick.
I can just.
You know?
I can't even picture that
Speaking of
dynamic.
packages,
Yes.
let's move on
I
to.
know.
Let's
Right.
move on to Eric.
All right. Yes. Well, yeah. Let's.
Oh. I thought you were going to go with Jason, but
So
okay.
went there. All right.
You went there first, JC.
Well, because he's naked half the time on the show. Come on.
Yay, God.
I knew it was going to be boys versus girls. This is why we split the group up.
Yeah.
Hey, I had to carry my own half of the two of them, and I had to talk about all the boys all by myself.
You know what? I have a question for you though, seriously, because there is online, and we don't really do it so much here because we're really not invested in the like Team Bill, Team Eric. We like the characters. We think they're fun to watch, both of them, and I actually love seeing them together. And
I do
we've
too.
talked
Yeah.
about this.
Concur.
Me
No,
too.
the
Yeah,
Murdoch and
the
Riggs.
lethal weapon.
They're
Yeah.
so
sure.
funny.
The Murdoch and Riggs and all that. However, do you guys secretly track like the people, what's going on online, the Team Eric and Team Bills and all that? Is that interesting to you?
No.
Yeah.
But I do think
No.
it's not interesting. Like there's going to be some, outcome that I don't know.
Yeah.
Cracks open the the meaning to the world or something. But it is.
May.
You never know. But it is interesting that there are people in the world that do really care, and they will fight back and forth like it is their own child, and Bill or Eric, and they are both sides very passionate.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Very passionate.
They are very passionate, and I've been sort of curious to see. Have you guys heard anything on? Is there scuttlebutt? I have not seen scuttlebutt about like are the Team Bill and Team Eric people upset because
Are they going to
We're
have
together.
to merge? They're going to have to be on the same team.
are they going to have to be on the same team at this point?
I
Like
think maybe. And then there's Team Alcide,
there is Team Alcide
because that might happen. Speaking of Alcide, we should talk about him
Yes,
and
we
giving
should.
giving up the being master of the pack. He's just like, no, I don't want it. I totally don't want it. Also, I'm not
That's
eating
kind of-
your body.
Isn't
Yeah.
he forced to
Yeah.
be it though? From what you said last week,
Yeah.
Roth?
Yeah.
He is going to have to.
Yeah.
He's going to have to do it. So it's whether he wants to or not.
Yeah.
Which I think is actually a far more interesting choice.
Yeah.
And
I
it
do
was
too, yeah.
it was an unforeseen choice for me. I actually didn't think. I mean, I knew that he didn't necessarily want to eat and go through the ritual, but I didn't think he was basically rejecting all the ways and all the laws, which
Yeah.
he seemingly did. Which now obviously puts him in an adversarial position against the entire werewolf community,
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
opposed to just against this pack and what they might have been all about. That's an interesting twist for me.
Yeah. So then he can be in a pack with Emma when she gets older.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because
Cutest, Cutest
Wouldn't that be
werewolf
adorable?
ever.
I know.
Cutest.
Cute little Siberian tiger with yellow bright eyes. Like,
Oh my god.
I just changed.
I know.
She had jammies on.
I was hoping that it was just like a stuffed
So
animal. She's
cute.
like, Mom, no, this is just my wolfie, but it was Emma as a wolf.
Yeah. Which I mean, obviously they set it up not
knew it was
5
gonna
minutes earlier
Right.
to have it
Right.
that way. I mean,
Right.
to add the tension and
Yeah.
sort of have, now they're going to have to confront the pack.
Well, and I also think, and I missed part of the episode because we were out here, but I also think that it's possible that she screamed at Sam and kicked him out because she already knew.
Subconsciously,
Yeah.
maybe.
Subconsciously. I did love though the moment where she's walking down the hall and you hear the you're like, what's Emma doing in there? What could you possibly be doing?
That was seriously the cutest thing ever. And, so then she's going to need a pack, and Grandma's
Yeah.
a little crazy.
I
Oh,
love
the most
Grandma.
amazing grandma,
Amazing.
the woman with the most amazingly husky voice. You're gonna
Oh, the
have to figure
casting.
out what you're
Dale
doing.
Dickey, she's incredible.
She was in
Awesome.
Breaking Bad too.
Oh, and
Yeah.
she was in Winter's Bone.
Yeah.
Oh,
she,
yes.
was-
Oh, my God.
She was wonderful in
If you
Winter's
don't know
Bone.
who she
wa-
is,
yeah,
find
she, wa-
her.
Yeah, she
Oh, my
was.
God.
If you guys should see this. If anybody is a True Blood fan, you'll
Yeah.
want to see the ancillary work of some of these actors because they're all
Yeah.
very talented. But Winter's Bone, she was a very cool character because she was incredibly, and she's bringing that to this a little bit, incredibly tough. But she also had a soft maternal side
Yeah,
to her.
which is what
I
we saw in
really-
this episode.
Yeah.
Specifically, as
Yeah.
opposed to the previous one where she was more of the matriarchal figure, and this time she was just a grandmother who just wanted to get to know her grandchild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she even said that, I'm sorry about your injuries to Sam on her way out, and it was a different twist to her. Now, really quickly, what did you guys think of Sam getting kicked out? This is a man who just got kicked a lot, got tortured, beaten, stabbed, wounded, dragged through the mud. He was almost going to get buried. He was about to take the bullet and say, I killed your ex-husband and the father of your child, and then now he's getting kicked out of the house.
I mean, honestly, I think it's because she knew on some level that her daughter was going to be a wolf and that she just wanted him out of the way and out of the house and didn't want to think about it.
Yeah.
So, and also he was defending the person she's looked at as an enemy
Yeah.
for so long. And considering what Marcus was like to her, you can kind of understand why she's like, I don't want anything to do with you or the pack. And it does seem that the werewolves, unlike the shifters, tend to be like bikers and criminals and in that fringe element. So
well, that's fine, but then Sam isn't one of those people.
Exactly.
Sam, that's what I'm saying. Is like, what did Sam deserve to get relegated to that?
No, but also remember how Marcus treated Sam,
Yeah.
and and she was sticking up for Sam that whole time, and it is kind of short-sighted on Sam's part too, to some degree, to turn around and kind of throw Emma back into that
To understand
world.
in the moment, where
Yeah.
Luna, especially where Luna's at right now, just her world is done. She knew it was coming. I give them time. I'm sure she'll, they will work it out.
because they're cute together.
But
They
also,
are.
frankly, have you guys ever talked to people that are parents in general? There are some people that are really sensitive, and if you say anything that they feel crosses a boundary into their parenting skills, they will attack. And if you're talking about somebody to the level that they think that they're protecting their child's life, I mean, frankly, I may snap like that too. If I really felt like this is a matter of my child's well-being for the rest of her life, you don't get a say. You back me up or you leave.
yeah.
She was harsh and she was very upset.
I feel like that with my dog.
It's the heat of the. I think it's the heat of the
He's a
moment.
I agree, though. And she's a shifter, so she's she's got that animal instinct too. She's protecting her cub.
Yeah.
Get out.
So,
Yeah,
such a cute,
that's very cute
oh my God, such a cute cub. Okay, guys, I do have to mention that you want to definitely subscribe to us on iTunes and tell a friend. It just takes a second. Make sure you leave us comments. We do actually read
comment.
every single one of them. So please leave them. Talk to us on Twitter. We'll give you the handles at the end of the show. Talk to us, comment, disagree, agree more than disagree.
Subscribe too.
Subscribe.
Yeah,
please.
Very important. All right, so, I want to talk about Terry because Roth almost had a heart attack in there. So, because now you guys don't know this, but Roth and I have often fought over who would marry Terry.
And it would be me.
Really?
I don't know about that. I might take it. I have swords.
See, but this is the difference. I heard the show last week, and I was challenged many times by many people to like some kind of throwdown. But I would totally be your sister wife with Terry.
Okay.
I would totally sister
That's not
wife
weird
you.
at all.
Wow.
Not weird at all.
This is why we love Terry.
I have no idea
And with
where
the
this
bangs
just went.
pulled back, it's perfect.
Thank you. I'm already half Mormon with the headphones on. Okay? We're ready. She knows.
What if he's just into redheads?
No, he's not. I'll dye
Dye
my
your
hair.
hair.
Hair dye, yeah, that's fine. I often think of these as Princess
Thank you.
Leia buns, by the way.
Yeah.
This is the thing to explain the obsession with Terry that we have is that obviously there's a lot of really attractive men on the show,
Yes.
and we love them all, and we love seeing them prance around. And I'm so glad our Eric is back. But Terry has a kindness to him.
Okay.
This
I
is the-
feel this way about Andy.
Todd Lowe, this is where you plug your ears.
You know?
Because they're trying
I
to say you have a
think
nice
Andy is-
personality.
He's sexy, cute. You're not with it.
He's been sleeping around a little bit.
I know.
What do you mean?
Terry's like a family man.
Yeah.
Terry's committed to Arlene. He's going a little crazy right
He's
now.
going a little crazy. I'm just saying.
You like the bad boy. You like the bad boy cop. We got it.
Nice.
He just has problems that he's working through.
Absolutely.
He
He worked
actually
them
has
through
a
this.
heart of gold.
He gave the V
and he's
back to
not
Jason.
really sleeping around. He's just exploring.
Holly,
Right.
a fairy. Who?
You know
No,
what?
but-
The fairy just guided him to Holly.
Concur.
Right, exactly.
Concur.
Through her vagina?
Yes.
Yes.
As fairies do.
As
The
fairies
magical
do.
fairy vagina.
As fairies do. And Andy fought for Holly. She said to Jason, like,
precious
you sleep
fairy
with Holly, I'll
vagina.
kill you.
Yeah. She guided him to his true love via her vagina. Like that now is going to be the thing for men to say.
Also-
you know what, baby? She was just guiding me to you.
Through her magical fairy
Through
vagina.
her magical fairy vagina.
That's going to be a new hashtag, I'm just saying.
Okay, now here's the thing. Do you remember? Okay, we all remember when Jason got slugged by the kid who I guess Jason slept with his mom.
Yes.
That was so funny.
Do you think that was maybe a linking into what's going on with Andy? Andy sleeping with Holly and his kids.
Oh, yeah.
Because now he says I'm having sex, and he thinks he's like a hottie with a naughty body. Now he thinks he's like a girl's desire. So what if he goes around? He's with fairies. He's with Holly. And what happened to Jason? Maybe I know how the
That
show
could
works.
happen to Andy,
It sneaks
yeah.
it in there. I'm
I
telling you.
love that as Andy's
sneaks
going
it in
out,
there.
he goes, if you sleep with Holly, I'll
Yeah.
throw your ass in
Yeah,
jail.
I'll throw your ass in jail. Exactly. So he's fighting for her. Andy cares about her.
He does. Andy has his good side, but Terry, previously to the crazy bout that we're currently experiencing with him, he was, he had a few issues. doesn't everybody? But he was like, he was a pretty solid sort of family man and committed to Arlene, even though she's insane, and committed to the kids and really solid like a rock. And so I was like, come on, True Blood. Like,
I just want to know what happened. I really do. That is for me the biggest mystery this season. What happened to Terry and Patrick's character? What happened?
Well, we saw some images that lead up to it.
I still think there's some supernatural element
There has to be.
involved.
Of
course.
There has
It's True Blood.
Yeah.
It's True Blood.
And now they're going on the hunt for that guy.
Yeah.
They're
The corpsman.
I don't trust Patrick.
Yeah.
I don't either.
I don't either.
Yeah.
What is that?
Sergeant
No.
Patrick.
He's not trustworthy.
You don't like Sergeant Patrick?
No,
There's
there's something
something
weird.
Wait, you were on the show and you don't even
I
trust
don't
him.
even know. I really don't know. I honestly have no idea about that storyline at all, and I'm not even just saying it. It's fascinating to me. I was watching it tonight as a fan.
Yeah.
And was like, what is up with that guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
he's sneaky.
I do too. I think whoever
Sneaky
they're
thing.
going after has not done anything.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know, and they're going after
Oh.
him for nefarious purposes.
Maybe he's the one that's setting the fires.
I believe he may be.
Yeah. I mean, the other guy's supposed to be off the
really
grid,
do.
and he's
Yep.
just trying to lead like a calm, peaceful existence away from everybody. I think this guy's probably using Terry possibly to get all the other people that haven't been
Totally.
accounted for.
Absolutely.
Totally.
Of course he is.
What else is left though? I mean, we've got lions,
Zombies?
tigers, bears, zombies.
Zombies?
I think that we're not going to get some.
I don't think we're gonna get zombies. We did think about this last season when the lion zombies are the new vampires.
Yeah.
And, and then Tara being shot, everyone was like, "Oh, she's gonna come back as a zombie." In a way, I mean, because we don't really know if Tara is completely there, even though she's speaking. But so does Bubba.
Yeah, but Bubba speaks kind of like, ha,
Well,
Bubba.
yeah, all right, yeah, that's true. But he might. That was fantastic. That was awesome.
He doesn't.
Wow.
Do it again. Thank you. But I mean, there may be something wrong with her. There may be a nod to that. There may be like something's not right because they did mention brain damaged.
Yeah.
a couple of times.
Yeah, I mean, you guys were talking about it, like Sarah ended the episode like like she's back to normal. I didn't think so. I mean,
Yeah.
she said some stuff. No.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
That was just a like a little flash that she's in there.
Okay.
But I still
Yeah.
think
It'd be too easy, I
Okay.
think, if she's just back to
she
normal.
just raced off into the woods after being silver sprayed.
Yeah.
Great. with
Okay,
that.
now how did she leave? How did she leave the house? That's what I want to know. Because Pam, as her maker, told her you are to stay in the house.
It's Eric's house.
But he didn't. She
Right.
did. Pam did not command her as her maker.
right. She
Pam-
just said stay in the
Pam
house.
commanded her as her maker
Yeah.
not to bite them, but she just said stay in the house.
Okay.
Which
Right.
means that she can leave the house.
Yep.
Oh, we know the rules of vampire.
Oh yes, we do. Also, I just have to
I
talk
don't know.
about the store and the guy with the vampers and the where he was like,
Oh.
"Hey, maybe she'll fuck me."
One of the greatest things about the show is all the little guys that don't get any mention that just come in there for 3 seconds, knock them dead, and then you're like, who was that guy? It was awesome.
He reminded me of more vamp trivia. A grown-up version of a frog brother from the Lost Boys.
Oh, totally. He's a frog
Yeah.
brother.
He's the grown frog.
Yeah.
JC.
I really liked his back struts that he kept
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like I'm bigger than
I
you
don't know
think
what
I
you're
am.
doing, but you're like puffing your chest out. It's
I like this
great.
colloidal spray scenario.
The silver nail polish. Did you see that on
Yes.
the shelf? I love
Yeah.
that.
Hold on, Roth is about to give me a compliment. Yes.
Well, I just want to say that the flame of our eternal love just got lit because I love that you made the Lost Boys.
I know. Oh.
That's kind of
It
amazing.
started here.
But it's really, thank you.
If you take Terry, I get Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah, 24, sure.
Yeah. No, from Lost Boys.
You can't rewind time.
Okay.
I also can't get Kiefer Sutherland, so come on.
This is
Okay,
this
we're
is
you know what
make
we're, I'm
believe.
gonna be
I love this
the
battle.
cop. I'm
Right,
gonna be the
all
good
right.
cop with you guys because you guys every show you guys get 2 minutes to throw your adoration to your character. Like I want to see Eric in hot pants next week. Da-da-da-da.
Naked.
Okay. Yeah, whatever. But only at the end of the show because this is driving me crazy. Or else Yerman and I are gonna bring up Sookie,
Go ahead.
Tara,
Enjoy.
Ginger.
Ginger. Hi, Ginger.
How you doing, girl? You look good.
We're equal opportunity. I love the ladies too.
Okay.
I'm happy to discuss how beautiful they are. I think they are absolutely beautiful. And to your point, Yerman, earlier, is that I think that the casting, I love the casting on the show because every piece is in place. I mean, you see in a lot of other television series like, that's not really working. They didn't really pay attention. There's some series where you can tell they're paying attention to every single element.
Yeah.
And even just the interrogators. Those interrogation scenes were incredible.
I don't know who
Christopher Heyerdahl.
Thank you. That was my
Christopher
question.
I know,
Heyerdahl
yeah.
was brilliant.
He's amazing.
Brilliant.
I know him because he was on Sanctuary, and that was a favorite show of
he was
mine.
such a great character.
He's so good.
Face.
Because
Talk
I
about great
really
faces.
couldn't tell. Like it, for a moment I was like, is this the Inquisition or is this the CIA? I could not tell what his motivations were, but I knew that they were very clear to him. If that makes any sense.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, I love him. I love him. And I do have to mention Jacob Hopkins, the little kid vampire, because he's on the show next week. He's going to come in and say hi.
He's adorable.
He's so cute.
Yeah.
He's
very
so
cute.
funny.
It's a heartbreaker. Like seriously, the little guy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
Oh.
So cute. So let's talk about Ginger and Pam.
Yes.
Let's talk.
What do you want to talk about?
Let's talk about the relationship that they have and what keeps Ginger there.
Oh my gosh. I mean, it's like fans. Ginger is a true fan of the vampires and has a great affection for Pam and loves working there, but it's like a groupie. Ginger is the head groupie of Fantasia. So it doesn't really matter. It's the more abuse, the better. It's, just like, it's love. It's their way of showing me love. You know, she takes a little kick and a bite. Well, the bites are great, but you know, all of it is great. It means that I have job security and they like me.
That's a new definition of job security.
I love that. I love that that's, because it could have been anything. Like, you could have made your motivation really anything. You could have just been like, I'm poor, and you could have made a whole backstory about 10 kids. But no, it's like, I like getting kicked.
I know.
Yeah.
But I think that's what makes her so fun. She just wants to be there so badly.
Yeah.
And it's cool. And she's happy about being there.
Yeah, and then of course some terrible thing happens, and I'm sure, it's like, what am I thinking?
Yes.
What's happening in front of me? But luckily they're so kind. They take care of it for me. They erase my memory. No problem.
Exactly.
Back to work.
So do you ever wonder? You've been there a few years at Fantasia, or Ginger's character has, but I mean, do you ever wonder what happened to maybe 2 or 3 years of your life since you've been glammed half the time? I mean, like you're like,
I know, it's like sweet bliss. It's like, oh, the world's new every day.
It's like a triple scotch
I'm
at the
Ginger.
end of the day.
Exactly.
Welcome to Fantasia.
It's like
You act like you don't know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. I totally know what you're talking about.
triple scotch at the end of the
hell
day.
yeah.
Plus Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind
Oh, yes.
at the end of every day.
Sweet dreams.
I kind of want to know Ginger's, I want them to show Ginger's backstory. I want to see how she ended up there.
Yeah.
I would love to see that.
Alan.
we were talking about casting.
Alan, are you listening?
Yes.
Yeah.
Asking about casting, how everyone was cast so wonderfully. How were you cast for this? That's what how did you, what's the story behind that?
I just went into audition, it was originally one episode. It was that first in season 1, when Sookie comes in to read my mind, and then they kill the vampire in front of me, Long Shadow and all of that stuff. So it's that scene. So we just auditioned that scene. We did it. It went amazing, and then they just kept calling me back.
That's fantastic.
Awesome.
That's so fantastic.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
So can we talk a little bit about the scream? Because Wes Craven has this whole thing about screams and how there are different screams for different moments in a horror movie.
Oh.
But Ginger has the one awesome scream. And what I love about it is that it's consistent. Can we hear a little bit of the scream, everybody?
Audio.
Do you really want me
Yeah.
to?
I really,
Audio's ready, hold on.
really want you to.
Okay. On your marks, get set.
Awesome.
That was amazing.
That was phenomenal.
You don't lose your voice? You
No.
How many takes? Do they have you scream like 10, 5, 10?
Sometimes, what's great is now sometimes they're like, okay, you don't need to scream for this one. It's off camera, and we'll just get you on the next one. I'm like, come on, guys.
Oh my God. That's amazing.
That's awesome.
On that note, we are going to take a commercial break. Give you a moment to rest your voice.
All right.
There you go.
Hey guys, what's happening? We are the America's Best Dance Crew ABDC After Show coming to you guys. We watch the show every week just like you, and we go every Friday to the set to interview and talk to the crews behind the scenes and let you know what is happening behind the scenes.
Hey guys, I'm AJ Gibson here with my lovely co-host. I'll let you introduce yourselves.
Hey, I'm Kaori Take. Hi, I'm Kira Bente.
And we cover America's Got Talent every single Monday night for AFTERBUZZ TV. We're not exactly judges, but we have no problem judging.
We're crass enough.
Yeah, we are crass. We're definitely crass. We're not shy at all. So you guys check us out every Monday, 9 o'clock. Like us on iTunes. Let us know what you guys think, and we'll keep doing this for you every single week. We love you guys. We're here for you.
AfterBuzz TV. What do you want to buzz about?
All right, guys, we are back. We were actually just gushing about Pam during the commercial break. So
Oh, we love Pam.
we love Pam. She's got the best lines.
Absolutely.
She is amazing.
The best clothes.
How do you because a lot of your scenes are with Pam and Eric, so are they improvising any of that, or is that all scripted?
It's all scripted.
It's all scripted.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
wow. Well, I love the backstory, and I love that we're finally getting her backstory.
It's so beautiful.
And it just seems so perfect and so appropriate, and just seeing her crack too that's sort of the whole season so far. I mean, in the 2 episodes, has been her cracking and getting upset about Eric, and you can see how much she loves him. And I really can't wait to see where this goes.
Isn't that the neatest thing too? This whole idea that for their maker, they are so attached to their maker, the child, like this relationship that is more intimate than anything else. And then you have Eric and Pam is this raging bitch who doesn't care about anything, has no emotion, supposedly, and then you get to see this for the one vampire, the one relationship.
Oh, her squishy chocolatey center.
Yeah,
I
well,
know.
and they changed it. They altered her backstory from the book's backstory, which is fine. I mean, they've made so many changes at this point. They're really 2 different animals at this point. But it's funny because some of them, sometimes I'm like, I don't know. I liked what the book did. Most of the time, I really love what Alan Ball does. But in this one, I really love what he did because in the book, she's kind of an aristocrat. So I'm enjoying the fact that she was actually a madam.
Yeah.
And
In the
not.
book, in the book, wasn't she in England?
And she was in London. Yeah,
In
she was
London.
doing, which is when the show started. I was like, why does Pam not have a British accent? All right.
So they had already made that choice.
So they had already made the choice that she wasn't British.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that she wasn't an aristocrat. But she has kind of a Southern accent.
She has a Southern
She has a
accent,
Southern
yeah.
accent. But it's minor.
Yeah.
What I thought
Southern
was beautiful
housewife.
was how
Yeah,
soft
totally.
she was softer before she
Yeah.
turned. There was a softness to, even though she was a madam and whatnot. But there's, now we get sassy Pam, and like you said, she's cracking now. So maybe
Yeah.
we'll get a little bit of that softness that we got in that flashback.
Yeah.
I noticed, she wasn't scared of Eric. And did you notice even when he sucked the blood of the guy who was going to attack Pam, there was almost
I think he ripped his heart out.
Yeah.
was that it?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a lot
His
of blood.
hand was dirty.
Yeah, but no, but it was almost romantic how he was just taking the blood off his hands so slowly, and it was just like, wow. I'm like, okay.
I think you might like Eric a little bit.
I think so.
Team Eric.
I'm not. It's because of Pam.
Because of Pam. Yeah.
I can't.
We
win.
understand.
I just think this.
The authority wins.
If you listen, I've had a rough week and a weird weekend, and I feel kind of tough today. I feel kind of like, don't mess with me. You know
You want
what I
a
mean?
sword?
Yes, I would
Okay.
I would like needle. But I just think if you were centuries old and it had been not super easy all the time for you, and if you were a woman back in the day, and then you had to sort of live through all of that time, Pam, of course, is a little bit hardened. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
It sort of makes sense that all of the vampires are a little bit hardened by life, ironically enough. And so I think that underneath that, when you start to crack through that, you start to get. And I like the fact that you have to get to her gooey center, and it takes a while.
Well,
Yeah.
that's the thing I love. I'm a big origin story person.
Yeah.
And I think as superhero fans and geeks and whatnot, I love finding out backstories, and the fact that, when we were able to find out a little bit about Bill's backstory all the way back pre-Civil War and whatnot, those are the things that I really enjoy seeing, how they got to where they got to, how Eric and, his relationship with Godric. And now when they introduce a character like Nora, it all clicks, because you realize when they just have to mention one thing about their adoration for Godric, and it all clicks in, because all that story was there. Now it's really nice to see Pam, and it turns out that most likely there's an adoration element there even before she was probably made by Eric. You could see she was mesmerized by him, and he's really intrigued by her. And most likely there is a phenomenal depth of caring between the two of them even before she was turned by Eric. And it'll be great to see all these things developed, even maybe how eventually Fantasia came to be, maybe a little bit of backstory, dare I say Ginger and how she got there.
Yes, please.
Like the
Yes.
possibilities of these backstories are fantastic for me to even consider. Being a fan of that sort of thing, I love seeing it. Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm also.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of backstory too. We've discussed this
Yeah.
before. We're giant nerds.
What do you think is
We
going to happen now that Pam just made Tara?
Between
Me,
them?
the whole like, I
The
mean,
dynamic?
well, just the whole like maker.
Well, she's in the family
Child.
technically, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Like
she's in the
dynamic,
lineage
you
now.
know?
She's in the lineage. Well, I think what's really cool about that is that you can tell. I mean, Eric in the very beginning of the show, he had the like vampiric ennui thing happening, and he was interested in Sookie basically because she was different. And I think that what you see in this backstory is that he was interested in Pam because she was different. She wasn't responding to him the way a normal human being would,
Yeah.
which would be
Right.
to scream and run away. And so I think that's the reason he chose her. So what's interesting about Pam and Tara is that Pam hated Tara.
Right.
Yep.
Couldn't stand
Yeah.
her. But so it's going to be fun to watch her have to mother her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
I think that'll sort of crack her a little bit too. That she's actually probably, and I'm just waiting for her lines of advice to Tara. Just waiting to hear what she says.
It's going to be horrible advice.
Yeah.
Exactly. Probably very destructive. Right?
Yep.
And we said this last week because she's made someone before, right?
Yeah, but we don't know what happened.
Right.
Right.
Right. She said it didn't
Right.
go well.
It didn't go out with great success.
Is it like an omelet? You know,
I know
you
exactly.
break a few
You're
eggs.
Like, oops. That was kind of runny.
That would probably explain why she's kind of like, oh, she'll be fine.
Yep.
Stay in the house. Don't bite them. Stay in the house. I'll be back. I got stuff to do. Which is all. But it's interestingly, Tara is also kind of Pam-esque in the sense that when Pam says that, I've seen enough blood not to necessarily be scared of seeing it, Tara has seen her fair share of death and destruction before she got made.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting
yeah.
to see that dynamic click between the two of them as well, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Because Tara's a tough cookie. Like you're saying,
Yeah.
Tara's a tough cookie.
She's
She's been
gone through some
hearted by her
stuff.
own life as well, just as a human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so would Pam. I mean, you're not a madam and sort of a softie.
Right.
Yeah. She carried cocaine in her ring.
Right. She drinks Campari. She's tough.
All right. Maybe not the Campari.
and crab.
Right.
Was
and
that a
big
crab?
giant crab.
Yeah.
Yep.
Loved it.
So random.
By the claw.
claw.
She's like, I'll just gnaw on this
No.
crab leg for a while. Don't mind me. Campari, please. Soft.
And cocaine.
Yeah.
Campari,
If that's not a new Miami South Beach diet, I don't know what
Campari
is.
and
What's
cocaine?
your Miami South Beach diet? Campari, cocaine, and
Yes.
crab legs.
It used to be the Fit for Life cocaine diet, but now it's the Campari. Campari is delicious, by the way.
I like Campari.
And soda.
Maybe we can get it on Amazon. Can you get Campari on Amazon?
You
Probably.
can indeed.
Absolutely.
Probably.
There you go.
Yeah.
I don't know. Can you order alcohol?
I don't
Can
Oh
you
no!
order-
Well,
so.
it may depend on the state. Because I know, like, you can't order, like, I do a lot of wine tastings because I'm a dork. And I get that, order them, and, like, they can ship it here, but they can't ship it to New York. And
Yeah.
or they just changed that or something like that. But,
Yeah.
but I think you can definitely buy crab legs. Probably buy, like, frozen crab.
Yeah.
on Amazon?
Probably,
Yep.
yeah.
Oh, you can
Yeah.
buy anything on Amazon. Trust
Food,
me. I
but
know.
the alcohol is a different story.
Yeah, maybe not that one.
We need to
but-
buy costumes for next week or in the upcoming weeks because we're doing. I'm reminding our fans to remind us we have cosplay coming up.
Apparently,
So
we have cosplay.
yes, we got to dress up as our
fun.
characters.
We have to choose
Yeah.
characters. Maybe I'll be Ginger.
All right.
The whole time.
Do
I
you
know.
want me to bring you a little outfit?
Yes.
Oh,
my God.
snap!
Will you wear the silver tube top?
No.
No, no.
I'll do
Yes!
it.
After
I'll do
buzzers.
it. I'll totally do it.
Afterbirds, comment in
totally
and
do
convince
it.
these girls to dress like Ginger.
Yes.
I will
Both of
totally do
you.
it. I know. You should too.
You could be ginger twins.
Ginger twins.
I'll wear
Join me.
I'll wear a Fantasia T-shirt or something.
Do that. Well, you and some little short shorts.
Uh-huh.
Yes,
Although
I'm down.
you have to cut it.
Yeah, you have to cut it. No, I've got the little
JC's
short
vote.
shorts.
Thumbs up.
Yes.
This is so happening. This is totally
You
happening.
cannot tame Ginger. I don't.
No.
You're like a T-shirt. No.
No.
Oh,
Ginger
no.
cannot be
A T-shirt
tamed.
and nothing else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Totally.
Exactly.
No, I will do it. I'll wear the tube top and the short shorts.
Awesome.
I'm totally in.
What would I dress up as?
You should dress up as Pam.
I'd like to see you in the Pam
that'd be
Walmart
amazing.
jumpsuit.
Oh,
No.
how great.
No, I want.
That
no,
was
I want
phenomenal. I'm in a Walmart
Hilarious.
jumpsuit for y'all. I was like, that's phenomenal.
I want her the
Listen,
Pam
I
latex.
love the the what?
Like the Pam latex, those the dresses that she wears, the little like the rubber.
Yes,
And just
and the collar, the little
Yeah.
Yes.
black collar.
That's what I want you in.
I like it. It was kind of like my ginger, my last nurse outfit last season, only
right.
less. But it was a very similar. It was almost like I was copying Pam in some way.
Oh, that's totally true. Oh my God. Yes, this is happening.
Do
We're
you
dressing.
think that Ginger's going to be a little bit jealous of Tara?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Is it gonna? But I mean, well, Tara's just gonna like snarl at you, and you will.
Terrified. I
Yeah.
mean, what do? You bow down. I mean, I'm sorry. Oh God, I'm so sorry. Don't hurt me. But secretly,
Anybody who takes
Is she
Pam's
secretly
attention
going to
away.
like put things in her blood, her true blood?
in her true, maybe.
Slip something in the cocktail.
Oh, that's awesome. Before we wrap, because we have to wrap in a couple minutes, I just want to mention the scene with Steve Newlin and Jessica and the sales pitch.
That was maybe my favorite scene. Well, there's so many that I love, but that was pretty amazing, was it not?
Yeah.
I mean, the
10,000.
He's negotiating his butt.
the base premise, first of all, was just hilarious.
Yeah.
That they're like negotiating a price to buy Jason, who is probably easily bought.
I'd
in
buy
many
Jason.
ways. No, I mean like Jason.
On Amazon?
Jason's
Amazon.
like, do you know what I mean? Sookie would be like, "You're not buying me." Jason would be like, "What?" Like,
You want to give me $10,000? Yes, I'll take it.
you know, he would be too confused. He's very well. I love that character because he is very well intentioned.
Yes.
But then also the execution I thought was pretty incredible.
It was so funny, so entertaining. Both of them, I thought killed that scene.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
I think it may have been my favorite scene of the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Question though, and with all the levity and everything, of course I have to be. I'm Debbie Downer. I'm the serious. He ended up telling Jessica that she's looking at me so serious right now, that Bill is no longer king.
right.
Yes.
Who is?
Well, here's the thing. How does he know that?
Yeah.
Because
Exactly.
really, Steve Newlin should not have that information.
Because he's the new Nan Flanagan.
Exactly. Well, here's my guess is that JC is right, and that somehow, because we still don't know who made Steve Newlin.
Nope.
So I think you're right, and that somehow he's in with the people that, or not, the vampire group that brought back Russell, and he has this information.
But
inside
Jenna
information.
just said that he's Nan.
No, I don't think he's Nan.
Yeah, he might be, he might not be, but I mean, it's
I really
just,
don't.
it's. I just think that because, and I totally am willing to be wrong about this, but I think that he's doing exactly what the authority wants. He's saying, "Oh no, we can live in harmony and peace and love," and so, but it could
On
be
TV.
right, but it could actually totally be what you're saying. It totally could be that the Sanguinistas brought him.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
Well,
you
actually,
never
yeah.
trust a word that guy says.
You can't.
He
Yeah.
could be playing for both teams.
Yeah,
But
totally.
here's the thing. I actually really
Nice
that was
pun
great.
on Suncon, playing for both teams.
That was
He could be.
Socially and sexually.
I really like that theory that he's the new Nan, but the problem is if he really was the new Nan, then he would be taking a little bit more authority and kicking Jessica out of the house. He wouldn't be asking permission for anything. Nan never asked permission for anything.
That is a very good point.
Nan did.
So I'm getting the note that we're supposed to do predictions, which we kind of are. But we should have the little music because I love the predictions music.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
You look terrified. It's kind of awesome, right? All right, so let's predict things.
Tara's like, I'm on a vampire show and that was scary. Okay. I'm on a show about vampires. That scared me.
Exactly.
What do you predict?
Can you
I
predict?
can't predict.
Yeah,
What
is
was
it-
that?
I think she's contractually
It's like,
not-
exactly. It's like one of those. What's the game where you just make something up and somebody has to guess if it's right
Balderdash
or
or
not?
whatever that
Exactly. I predict. I don't know. I can't predict. I mean,
We demand it.
I would love. I can't wait to see who Steve Newlin ends up sleeping with.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be amazing if it strangely was Jason? But I can't imagine it will be. But who knows?
Could
right?
glamour him.
What? But who else could it be? Maybe or
Russell.
maybe, or what about what other? What about Christopher Maloney?
Oh.
I love you like upset. I don't know.
That's actually so twisted that it's great.
Could be good.
I know.
right?
I've seen the next 2 episodes, so I actually know something about that, but I won't say anything.
Will you stop with
What's
that?
You do that every episode.
prediction?
God, honestly.
I'll predict things
so
that
you
I
can
don't know.
Predict something that you don't know is true.
That I don't know. Okay. Well, I mean, I do think there's something wrong with Tara, and I don't know that from the next 2 episodes, but I do think that there's definitely something wrong with her. Like, I don't think she's back to normal at all.
I think that just makes sense as far as writing and
Yeah.
story.
Missing
it would
half
be
a brain.
Right. It
Yeah.
would be so much more exciting if she has to work through something.
Yeah.
So
Totally.
I think that'll probably happen.
Yeah, and I mean, when I talked to her on the carpet, she couldn't say much, obviously, at all, because we hadn't seen the first episode yet, but she said she's going to be working through coming to terms with whether or not she wants to deal with this life. So I don't know, what that predicts, but I just have this feeling that there's something not quite right in her head, because it wasn't just that like typical Tara would have started screaming at them and freaking out and how could you do this to me and over and over and over. But instead she's just staring at them and freaking out in the house and then staring. And so like, I just have this feeling that there's something not right.
What about Nelson as well, as far as Lafayette? I had not seen they had tonight where he was over her thinking about killing her, and then Sookie stopped him. And I mean, how is he going to help either guide her or who knows?
Ooh.
Yeah, because he's all over the place.
Because he's trying to come to terms with his deep feelings about loss and death and what type of life is in store for him, because now Tara is the only thing he says he's got.
Well, I really don't think he's gonna try and continually kill Tara.
Not every episode.
That would be awesome. Every episode. In this episode.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
That was a one-off. All right.
But I do think he will. I think he will sort of have to reconcile himself to what he did.
Yeah.
By keeping her in this state, and they'll have to work through that together.
Oh, that was deep.
More
That was good.
Some more madness on top of Jesus. Jesus still he's missing still.
Still have no idea.
I want one of you guys to make a prediction about Nora. And where
I'll give you a
she's
bigger
at.
one.
I know something, so
I got
can't.
one.
Yeah, I was gonna do big.
I'm saving
big
one.
arch.
You know me, I save it for the end.
Oh, okay.
I got one. Here's a prediction.
Okay.
Salome.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is freaking me out. Okay. I think Russell made Salome.
I know something about that, so I can't say.
Okay.
Oh
Okay.
God.
And I think it's gonna go deeper. And Salome, we got some great dialogue from her right in this episode. But as the season progresses, I think she could be the big baddie. She's the one that
She's the big bad.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, aside from Roman, of course,
Right.
but I'm just saying that she's the one that's going to have the most juice this season.
Okay.
I think just because of her and Russell, and I think Russell and Bill and Eric are going to team up against Roman. I've got so many. Remember, I saw 40 episodes in a row.
He mainlined the entire series.
I did.
He's high on True Blood right now.
Yeah.
A little bit
kinda
right now.
true.
I see it seeping at the corners of your eyes.
Oh no, that's just my perspiration.
It's red.
That's my Latino-ness just coming out. But no, I'm saying it's Salome.
Salome. Okay, do you have one about Alcide? I'm
About
forcing what prediction.
yeah, honestly, mine was a completely different. My prediction was I had I'm a conspiracy theorist, so my prediction, just because I see so many like Da Vinci Code themes throwing into this thing now, I was like, I think honestly, I would say that I wouldn't be surprised if we found out the Authority let Russell Edgington loose as part of a reattempt to kind of purge the Authority of all the things that made it wrong. So basically keep your friends close but your enemies closer. So by allowing Russell to kind of help them purge all
find out the moles.
Right, exactly.
Expose the faction.
To expose the faction, and then you find out that it's basically they're the umbrella over the whole thing. As far as Alcide,
I predict he'll get naked.
I knew you were
predict
going
he'll
there.
get
That's so weird.
I bet
So out of character.
With the Authority, though, there are definitely 2 factions within the Authority already, so it could be that one of the factions did that. Do you know what I mean?
But I for me personally, I feel
You
like
think it was Roman in them?
Well, I feel like those factions are gonna be more connected than they previously let on. That it's not just 2 separate factions acting alone. That factions are playing themselves. Like, there's people that are playing the factions against themselves within those separations.
I'm gonna have to watch this episode again just for everything you just said.
The dark con of man, people.
Ooh.
Just to see.
Getting hooked.
All right, guys. Well, we are wrapping up, so just want to let everyone know where you can follow us on Twitter. I am at Jenna Busch, BUSCH, like the beer, not the president.
You can follow me at The Everyday Man, like The Everyday Man.
And you can follow me at Yerman Gur, YERMANGUR.
And I'm at JROTHC, JROTHC.
And I am Tara Buck.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Make sure you tune in next week as well and leave us all your comments. Oh, wow. Oh, I love it. I love it. It's the song from the episode. Woo!
And shall we say a big, big, big thank you?
Thank you so much.
Thank you to the lovely Tara Buck. Thank you so much.
Tara.
You were fantastic.
You can come on anytime. Anytime.
Anytime you want to come in.
Thanks for having me.
All right, well, guys, time to say it.
See you later.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.